Welcome back to another episode of Horror Movies or Shows Explained, where I explain the ending and themes of horror movies and shows in under 5 minutes. Today we're going to be discussing the movie Smile, which was released in September of 2022. The movie stars Saoirse Bacon as Rose Cotter, an unsuspecting dental student who finds herself tormented by disturbing visions after she witnesses one of her patients commit suicide during a session. As she tries to convince her colleagues that something is wrong, she is brushed off as being overworked and hallucinating. But it soon becomes clear that the patient may have cursed her to witness the deaths of those around her through horrifying means. After a series of gruesome incidents, Rose must now find a way to break the curse before she loses everyone she cares about. There are some major spoilers coming up, so if you haven't seen the movie yet and you don't want it ruined, I would suggest not watching this video until you've seen the film. Also, if you enjoy these videos, please like them and subscribe for more content. First of all, what does the title of the film actually mean? If you've seen the movie, then you know that the character's name is Rose, and a rose is supposed to symbolize love, passion, and beauty. However, this movie definitely does not portray any of these things. Instead, the movie uses the rose to represent pain, suffering, and death. For example, one of the main symbols in the movie is a creepy porcelain doll that has red roses drawn on its cheeks. When the doll is dropped, it cracks, which symbolizes the fracturing of Rose's sanity. Additionally, the roses that are drawn on the sides of the character Laura's mouth are also symbolic. In fact, when Rose first sees Laura, she thinks that they're just stickers. But later on, it's revealed that the roses are actually part of Laura's makeup, and the design is supposed to represent the pain and suffering that she endured throughout her life. One of the most obvious examples of the use of the rose symbol in the movie is when Rose is forced to draw roses while she is in the psychiatric ward. This is supposed to represent the fact that she's trapped in a cycle of violence and death. She can't escape this cycle because she is too afraid to confront the evil entity that's haunting her. The roses are also used as a motif throughout the movie. For example, there is a scene where Rose is talking to her therapist, and he asks her if she is seeing any patterns in the killings. And she says that all of the victims had roses in their mouths. The roses represent the killer's obsession with death and decay. They are also used as a way to taunt Rose and make her feel like she's being hunted. The second major theme in the movie is grief. Rose is haunted by the ghost of one of her patients who committed suicide. She feels guilty about not being able to help him, and she's also angry at herself for not being able to save his life. The ghost of the patient is a manifestation of Rose's guilt and grief. He's a reminder of her failure, and he's using her trauma in order to torment her. In addition to the ghost, Rose is also haunted by the memory of her mother, who died when she was young. She feels like she never really got a chance to say goodbye to her mom, and she's still grieving the loss of her. Her mother represents innocence and childhood happiness. And the fact that Rose lost her at such a young age has had a lasting impact on her. The final theme in the movie is madness. Rose is slowly losing her grip on reality. She's seeing things that aren't there, and she is starting to believe that she is being followed. The movie uses jump scares and other special effects to create a sense of unease and suspense. The audience is never quite sure what's real and what's not, which creates a feeling of paranoia. In terms of the plot, the movie is pretty straightforward. Rose is haunted by the ghost of her patient, and she has to find a way to stop him from hurting her. She goes to see a therapist who helps her to confront her past traumas, and she eventually learns how to let go of her grief. Overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. It's definitely not the best horror movie ever made, but it's definitely worth watching. The movie has a strong central performance by Saoirse Bacon, and the supporting cast is also pretty good. The movie also does a good job of building suspense and creating a sense of dread. The movie isn't very gory or violent, but it's still effective at being creepy. The movie also has a solid ending that ties everything together nicely. I thought the ending was both satisfying and thought-provoking. It's not the kind of ending that you'd expect, and it definitely leaves you with a lot to think about. I also want to mention that the movie explores some pretty complex themes. The movie deals with topics such as mental illness, grief, and trauma in a sensitive and realistic way. The movie doesn't shy away from showing the dark side of humanity, but it also doesn't exploit its characters for cheap thrills. Instead, the movie treats its characters with respect and empathy. However, there are also some flaws with the movie. The movie's plot is pretty predictable, and there are a few scenes that feel unnecessary. For example, there is a scene where Rose is attacked in her apartment, and it's pretty clear that this scene is just meant to be a cheap scare. The movie also relies on a lot of jump scares and special effects to create suspense, and these can be pretty distracting at times. Additionally, the movie's pacing is a bit uneven. The first act of the movie is pretty slow, but the last act moves at a rapid pace. Despite these flaws, I still think that the movie is worth watching. The movie is well made, and it has a lot of thought-provoking themes. It's not the best horror movie ever made, but it's definitely one of the better ones. If you enjoyed this video, then please like it and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.